All right, you all. This is my third live stream today. My third live stream. I've actually been in this chair on my laptop for the past over 2.5 hours. So really, I'm just trying to see who woke, who's up, what's going on with you and your world, and to just talk about some things I'm seeing going on um, in this economy, in this pandemic. If you are a crypto holder, as you see, the cryptos is going down, down, down. And some people are predicting that cryptocurrency or Bitcoin in particular. I'm back at it, Gwen. I'm sitting in front of the laptop anyway. Right. So, yeah, I'm just decided after we got off our training to look at crypto pricing. And, this is what they call blood in the streets for the people that have the cash reserves that's able to always buy the dip. That's usually the recommendations from the experts, blood in the streets, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. But the thing is that the best opportunity to buy any dips is when about, I would say 85% of Americans don't even have the money to buy the dip because they don't have their tax returns back, their income tax back. Good evening, nerd too. I love that name. It's like I'm holding as well, Gwen. It's like the revenge of the nerds, and that's what's going on in this cryptocurrency world. Most people don't know that this is just a revenge of the nerds, and when I say nerds, I mean people that have um, that controls the AI technology, right? Artificial intelligence. You know anything about Revenge of the Nerds? This is where we're headed, and so where machines and robots. I did my first live stream today that in Salt Lake City, over 200,000 jobs will be replaced by artificial intelligence. And just like you see in the grocery stores with self checkout, you're going to see that with um, automation and restaurants and fast food. And people, all I can tell you all is by design, right? It is by design. This is um, a well orchestrated plan that for most people is going to hit them like an atomic bomb because they're not going to be prepared. You can rest assured that when it's time for income tax returns, crypto is going to be, and when I say that, I'm meaning April, maybe, where the everyday middle class people cannot afford to invest, even if they had the mindset to do so. They won't, by April, by the springtime, you're going to see cryptocurrency so much and an all time high. Hello, Patrice. You all are going to be uh, so tuned in to these live streams, right? But I'm going to make this one short because it has been a long, long day. We've been in front of that. And this is what I've been telling people. Most people live now in technology. They live in this on their iPhones or on their iPad or their MacBook, whatever. So this big scarce about something new in the metaverse is not needed at all because it's here. There's nothing anybody can do can stop it. Um, it is here. It's not. And people, I'm just at the point right now where I'm telling people we're not in a recession. We're really in a depression. And what's depressing about that is most of Americans don't know it yet. We have housing market. Delay in the housing market where they're saying houses are not available and houses are not available. But you also have lumber prices crashed, and my uncle and I was talking about this today, that lumber prices has crashed 30%, but that hasn't passed on to the consumer, right? You see lumber prices crashing 30%, but that's not added on to the consumer. Now, what has the IRS did to try to expedite tax returns? Well, according to them, they've added 1,200 employees, right, to confront delays in the backlog. Most people don't even know right now that the IRS is really working on people from 2021. Their tax returns are still delayed. No matter how much you pressure your tax strategist or tax preparer to get it in, it's nothing that person can do but get it in for you. Try to expedite the process by getting it in quickly. However, that doesn't speed up your tax return. So you have the IRS is adding about 1,200 employees to its roles to help keep the agency navigate. Will be one of the most likely people. I'm not saying it's just right here. One of the most likely challenging tax filing season in years. Is this big enough? Can you all see that? It's right under my picture, right? One of the most challenging tax filing, well, right above my picture, in years, according to, let me scroll this up, a person with familiar plans. So this signage outside the IRS building headquarters in Washington. The IRS this was last year, delaying the April 15th tax deadline in May. And people, I'm telling you that when cryptocurrencies, as now is the buying season, and people say that so lightly. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. You don't have enough money to buy the dip. Let's be honest. You don't. Most people don't. And how they're keeping you from being able to afford the dip is they're increasing inflation. And if you don't have control of your cash flow, if you don't have a strategy to increase your cash flow and your money flow and your income without having to work two jobs, which a lot of these restaurants and fast food with the now hiring signs, they have the now hiring signs, but they're still giving you limited hours. Or what they're doing is they're hiring per se, but they're closing earlier. And they're still saying they're closing earlier due to staff demand. So you're getting less hours, even though they may be offering you 14, 15. I heard in California up to $22 an hour to work at a I forgot the name of taco fast food restaurant. But this is the future of cryptocurrency, as Fidelity admits that they have been stacking Bitcoin since 2014. Fidelity Holding. Um, so Fidelity, have been secretly and accumulating Bitcoin all these years. And now it's verified. It was a rumor. Now it's verified. Just in Bitcoin Magazine, they started mining and accumulating Bitcoin in 2014. And so that's why I tell people at Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, they took someone's deposit of $33,000 and they deposit $33,000 and then the branch closed. I still think that person should have access to their banking account. People, that's why we have the cash flow program to help people really take advantage of buying these dips, because when the money gets pumped back into the economy, when these tax returns start coming back in, this is going to be at an all-time high, because they know some people are going to see that the dollar has lost so much value. They're going to lose faith in the dollar. And another thing that's affecting both the crypto and stock market crash, that the United States is sending troops out to war for the UK and Russia and China, as Russia and China has been stopped accepting the United States dollar. Now, you also have oil prices, crude oil at $88.26 a barrel. So people, inflation is real, and it's causing a lot of businesses, and the cost of living is increasing, to make hard decisions, because, now you have small business owners that they have to pay more for the produce, right, of food that they're serving. And now these small business owners cannot increase the pay of their employees. So the buck is going to be passed, because if they have to pay more for meat and lettuce and tomatoes and bread and their alcoholic beverages, and in order to keep workers, they're going to have to compete with the fast food chains, from the Wendy's to McDonald's to the taco joints that's paying $15 to $22 an hour. Then you're going to get a larger bill to eat at restaurants and fast food. And so this is why I decided to just live stream. If you're not doing anything to pump your income up right now, it used to be the A-Team. The A-Team, I don't know if you all watched it, and you had Mr. T and the A-Team, and he used to say, "I pity the fool." And I'm saying it in the nicest way I can say it, people. I pity the person. You can't just keep saying cliches like keep buying the dip, keep buying the dip. At some point, if you don't make changes in your financial situation, your cash flow is going to dip. Because if you're not positive cash flow, with prices increasing, you can't afford to buy the dip. Then you have people that have enduring these winter storms, whose utility bills are going to be drastically high. And also, utility bills have increased about $50 on average, $50 or above, right? And so even though Bitcoin has lost over 50% of its price since it hit its all-time high in November, and Ether, the top two, has done the same, as the market cap has dropped, I'm telling you, 2022 going to 2023 and beyond, you're going to look back at these times and say, I wish I would have made a move. All right. I wish I would have made millionaire moves. I wish I would have made money moves. I wish I would have made cash flow moves, whatever, to position myself to get these cryptos while there was blood on the streets, while these cryptocurrencies are on sale, right? Nobody wants to see the value of their investments cut in half, or they're seeing their losses. I get it, right? And most of all, people do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. And so, and I emphasize this rather, but you have to look at the big picture. Now, a lot of reason why crypto is crashing is because the Federal Reserve is pulling back on its economic status or stimulus measures. That's pretty much it. They're saying they're going to raise interest rates. It's March. And then you got, again, the war that, might evolve between UK and Russia. Now is the time, unfortunately, It's not the time to be hopeful without a plan. It's not a time to scream from the mountaintops to buy the dip and you don't have enough money, because many people have predicted that Bitcoin might go back to $20,000, $20,000, $20,000. And if you're not positioned to play this rich and wealthy game, you're going to be on the outskirts of living a good life, of being in financial peace in real life, as Dave Ramsey called it. And so you got to make a plan, right? Because when you see significant drops and certain cryptocurrencies, you have to look at the gains that it has produced as well, the high gains, right? And again, most people, they owe capital gain taxes because they could not afford to flip crypto. They were buying the dip, boom, as soon as it hit its all-time high, they're selling, they're selling, they're selling. They get a couple of thousands. Guess what? The government wants 30 to 40% of that back. I mean, the Fed, I'm sorry. The Fed and the U.S. Treasury, not the government. And so even when you're trading Forex, cryptocurrencies, you need to keep in mind that the best strategy is to buy and hold and to have your cash flow coming in, so that even when there's blood on the streets, you don't have to, out of desperation, sell the biggest asset class that you could ever hold. You also got art investments. And so if Bitcoin is going to zero, if you think Bitcoin is a scam, then explain to me why these big corporations are buying. Explain to me about MicroStrategy, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Chase. So if you want to play the, and again, even a $36,000 or $20,000 Bitcoin will be, too high. But there's other cryptocurrencies that's going to usher in this new world economic system, right? And so you got so much that this Biden administration is doing. As he's here's a number 11 I saw. Let me share this with you all. So should we plan and invest in the drop? Invest in the drop. What's your plan? Where's the money? Okay, let me ask you this. How much are you cash flow positive? How much are you cash flow positive to invest in the dip? That's the first thing I think that to start the plan, right? Oh my God, Queen, let them sell their Bitcoin. Who is they? These corporations are not selling Bitcoin. El Salvador just said at $35,000, they bought Bitcoin real cheap. Come on, people, listen. Don't do that. This is my third live stream. Don't come on here with this. This is a channel for kings and queens and intellectual thinking. Why would a big corporation or El Salvador that said buy Bitcoin at $35,000 was cheap? Why would they want to sell it if they think at 35K that's a cheap price or entry point to get it? Okay, all right. So Biden pushed to hold 11.3 million UPS truck contract. The Biden administration launched a last-minute push Wednesday to derail the U.S. Postal Service plan to spend billions of dollars on a new fleet of gasoline-powered truck. Of course, because they're doing away with gas, anything. It's going to be EV, electronic vehicles. Citing the damage polluted vehicles could inflict on the climate. Again, they don't want gas, right? You know what the number 11 means? It means warning that destruction and damage, along with A wealth transfer, as you can see in the Twin Towers, will happen at the same time. As Charles Dickens says, the tale of two cities. So, citing this climate change, this is what the new EV, electronic postal service vehicles look like, or delivery trucks. And, it wouldn't surprise me if this was self delivery or self driving vehicles where adults didn't even have to, or humans rather, didn't even have to drive them. Also, I told you about the 200K jobs, right? In Salt Lake City that will be replaced by automation. Now you have companies is unexpectedly cut 301,000 jobs in January as Omicron slams the labor market. Private payrolls fell by 301,000 for January versus the estimate of 200K gains. And so this was the first reported net jobs loss since December 2020. The pandemic, leisure and hospitality industry will hit the hardest. So for people that's doing the travel industry, if you're in network marketing and travel industry, I definitely will connect with me to help people increase their cash flow because they need it desperately. Because, for a while, traveling and hospitality is going to be dead, which means hotels operations. So you have all these job losses, and the government has already warned, and they're saying it's due to Omicron, not to expect January jobs report to be very good. So if you're cash flow positive, right? Yes, buy the dip. You can afford to hold on for the long term until crypto goes back in the green, which it will. It will rebound aggressively. But if you're not in positive cash flow, you need to get in positive cash flow first. It's cash flow first and then crypto. It's not the other way around. That's why I have the number on the screen, because you can get cash flow positive for $129 investment. So, yes, you need a plan and you need a strategy. And the strategy should not be if I'm living paycheck to paycheck to buy the dip. So Biden orders U.S. troops deployments and the Russia standoff. I told you all today, wars are always big monetary gains, more printing of money to quote unquote fund the war, which means higher inflation passed on to the American people, which means the rich get richer and the middle class gets poorer. Let me tell you something, people. There will never be a time that any government in office will pass the debt, the taxes along to from rich and wealthy people. They won't happen because the tax laws will never change. The tax laws always and will continue to always benefit business owners. And that's why I've been pushing the home-based business and the work from home opportunity. Why would they cut their own feet off, knowing that every politic, every president, whether Democrat or Republican, are business operated or minded or business holding people? That will never happen. I don't know how many people believe that lie year after year after year after year. That any Democrat that gets to office is going to pass a tax bill to the rich. That would never happen because they're never going to. The employees will always pay the high tax bill. This is not going to change. Employees will always pay the highest tax bill. It's not going to change. So what do I think about a certain crypto? I think you should have your cash flow before you even try to play that game. Because this is just the beginning of the dipping for crypto and stocks. That's what I think. I don't get paid to come on here and elaborate. If you follow any of the larger crypto channels, whenever a person want to know about a specific cryptocurrency, they always support that question with a super chat. Other than that, I don't even see the question. I don't elaborate it on. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice, and I'm definitely not giving my intellectual knowledge for free. However, if you want to know what's the top cryptos in my portfolio, you can make an investment and prick my brain and invest in my PDF book, all the cryptocurrency that will be used for the New World Order, or you can join my Patreon to get that information. Um, at cashOnCrypto.com. Other than that, I don't come on here and answer free crypto questions. I will say this: there are over 10,000 cryptocurrencies. Only 1,000 of them will last, and a lot of people have invested in junk cryptos. Even if you buy those pump and dumps, even if you buy those pump and dump cryptocurrencies, you're going to be taxed on it. You're going to be taxed on it, and I hope that you have the taxes to pay when you flip these cryptocurrencies and when you're trading them. I hope you have that tax money, because when you get these 1099 in the mail, you're not. This is going to be taken away again. So you want to know what cryptos I feel like going to last? It's not junk cryptos. Again, it's cashoncrypto.com. If you want the cash flow and the tax shelters to invest in crypto, right now it's a promotion going on for a limited time to get in that program for $129. So what I think about crypto is you should have tax shelters and positive cash flow if you really want to be a millionaire, a billionaire, or a trillionaire in cryptocurrency. And you can get that for a limited time promotion of $129. Text 254-788-1144. I also have my PDF booklet you can invest in as well to know what cryptos I believe in and that I have built a portfolio in. And that's cashoncrypto.com, and it's crypto with the K. And people, how big can you think? How big can you think? Listen, magnify your mind. Manifest with your mouth. The power of life and death is in your tongue. Maximize your mission in life. Be blessed to be a blessing. And always, people, always, according to Matthew 25, multiply your money. We are kings and queens on this channel. So you should be making millionaire moves, which means positive cash flow, tax shelters, to get into crypto and to hold for the long term. Hey, Queen out. You all stay healthy, stay wealthy, be blessed. Subscribe and like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up on the video. Queen out.